There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to serve. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The brothers are giving us care and the parents of them. The work with my life without care.
I lyrical
Master.
Clear Paris, who make you again Sktv menu. Say my journey, Tina can ask my yamu. And yes, I know money, and more I know. And you love
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I forget it now ya to money. That's the baby, and I forget it now. Cause you walk on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to serve. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving a real and the premise my best. The work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Cape Mount, Montserrat, Sanu to Backwalu, from Maryland, Bonkan to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
Indeed, Sktv, the best in Liberia. So, folks, indeed, we are the best. That's why whenever they go into their meetings, whenever they go to their gallery, some of these people, they go into their meetings and their gatherings and, and their workshops, and everywhere they go, they always carry our name. Our names always in their, in their, how you may call that program sheet. Our name always in their mind. Our names always in their heart. Everything about them is just about us. And that's why we are the best. For us, when we come here, even though we have so many audience that we speak to or that we communicate to, but guess what? Our most important audience, the one back home, and those ones from the market places, our mom, our old folks, our old man, the motorcyclist, the tricycle, the wheelbarrow boys, those children who don't have all of the best opportunity to even go to the best school, which of course some of these quote-unquote religious people, the cajole, their parents, and their parents go and pay offerings, pay tithe, and they take their children and send their children to good schools. But they leave the tithe, those who pay the tithe, they pay the offerings, they leave their children outside. So we are the ones speaking. That's why when we come here, we don't want to behave like your lawmaker who struggling to pronounce some words. Some of these things. When we come here with all of our heart. Let me tell you some of it today, why you don't understand. If maybe people like us, if we were after things today, so by this time we'll be breaking in and out of this entire program or the network. By this time, in fact, then maybe the SKTV is struggling for even people to produce or even to even be part of SKTV because there are a lot of people that come along the way as Mr. Kane. But some people, they left along the way because everybody wants to live life. People want to get money. We don't want to get money. Even how we here, maybe I want money. But what kind of money I want? How I want this money, that what matter. So some of us, we thought a while, we said, no, we will sacrifice. Yes, because we know what we pass through. To even reach this level of our life is not easy. So if God got us, if God is by our side in this struggle, and we sit back and betray the struggle of our people just because we want to get a car, we want to live for the best of life, we want to see ourselves into the same corrupt system because we want to be well known, we want for people to call us, government officials to come and be with us, they us to be friends. No. Then by this time, some of us, then Mr. Khan is struggling to even get us. But anyway, folks, today is Friday. Good evening. So do you want to hear my brother happy pre-Merry Christmas and the festive season? Even though tomorrow, yes, indeed, tomorrow will be the 1st of November and the season starts from the 1st up to I think the 2nd of January, as usual, or something on the 3rd or the 4th, the 5th, because all this time now, the season time now, people will be traveling back to back and so forth. But again, let me say good evening to all of you. Today is Friday, the last day in the month of October. For matter of fact, today is the 31st of October, and we are proud to be with you on this Friday. So many things to talk about. Let's share the show, people. The rest of the team, the panelists, will be here this evening. They will join us. Let me see how best to send the link around. Yes, indeed, my dear brothers, if you want to say what's he doing, he's just laughing with it. They can say that you're with you. Yeah, that you're with you. Like, my brother, that's the fact. And these are statements, these are things that we get from the corridor of the power that be. It's not easy. When yesterday, some of us were talking about the system, people were saying, oh, maybe what you mean by that? The system is rotten. So when the system is rotten, either you be forced to be part of the system, or you resigned from the bad system. That's how you look. All of these people today who are advocates, who are quote-unquote activists, yeah, the reason why they are succumbed to the system because of the system. So either you resigned, you live by your private life. If you want to push wheelbarrow, you push your wheelbarrow. But who want to push wheelbarrow? Oh God! Anyway, let's share the show, people. Who will tell you that, in fact, who want to push wheelbarrow? Even with that yet today, if some people want to see us, they don't even believe. Let me tell you something why you don't even know. When people see us, they think that they're expecting Melbourne to be having kind of a car that you think about. So you see, even our own people, they are the problem. They put you into corruption. Even if you don't want to be corrupt, they will put you into corruption. Because when they see you, they want to see you with that kind of lifestyle. They will not expect you to be on the radio, especially on the kind of a talk show. Then you looking, some kind of way. And that's true. Sometimes they may be right, but in other countries, the kind of thing don't happen. And that's the fact. In other countries, you don't just see media people looking hungry, sick, or in health. It looks like people who continue to be begging here and there. No. But yeah, for us here is like, in fact, the only benefit for us is when we are sick. That's the time we are called SOS call. Then like that, maybe I say, well, y'all do phone rally so that maybe I can go to the hospital. Well, anyway, the chairman is here. Chairman, you look beautiful, and I don't know what's up, but anyway, let's share the show. Yes, indeed. Chairman, good evening.
You say hello, buddy.
I see you look like somebody that look tired. That's what I'm saying. You look beat up.
My man, rest your body. You want to go eat the Don't bring noise in the town. Yeah, don't bring noise in Folks, let's share the show. You know what? Maybe I gotta go do that thing on and stuff. I'll be right back because I don't want my background showing.
No problem, my dear brother. Thank you, Chairman.
I don't want my house to be showing.
No problem, my dear. No problem. Thank you. You're right. So thank you, folks. Let's share the show, people. Those of you who are sharing, please let's keep sharing. Indeed, today's Friday, and sometimes let me give it up to some of you who even see beyond things. Sometimes reach out personally and say yes, indeed. Even though yes, I have to reach out to you people. Look, that's the best thing to do. We receive one of the worst of insults free of charge. How we are joined. Just imagine. When you bring about, in fact, when you talk about the ills in society, people insult you, they falsely accuse you that you are this, you are that, you are the other group of people, you are the other one. Every day we part how we look. So all of the insults it come on us, and we don't have issues. Some of us, that's what we choose to do. So you can insult from now to Judgment Day. As long as it's bad, I will talk about it. If it's good, we'll talk about these things that are good. But again, Steve, welcome back, Chairman. And what say you? I have the Friday, especially the weekend. Like I started with you. You look a little bit tired. I don't know what's going on. Maybe you will gist us as to what's going on.
My man, leader, a little bit tired. But anyway, get that thing from relax.
Yeah. So someone said maybe your brother was out last night. No, man, I think so.
Yeah, I was out last night with Siku. Yeah. So, but let's share the show, folks. No, Melbourne, I haven't been feeling too well. I've just been forcing it. I think that where the fatigue in my face. On the side, when you get to this season, we call it the flu season. When the weather changing, especially when we're getting in the winter. And so I've not been feeling too well. The cold, the runny nose and everything, but I've been really, really managing to handle it, to keep everything down, while I'm still keeping it afloat in their life. But let's share the show, folks. We have a lot to talk about today. Today, like we promised, we'll talk about the APM, the Asala meter, all that thing was Joseph Boaga in Europe, the reason he there, hanging out with the French president. Yesterday, we talked some BB political talk, some people reach out. We're not called names. We are fair and balanced people. You might not like how we say it, but we try to be as fair as we can in our deliberation. I've always said, and I'll say again, one of the political actors in Liberia that I give credit to. We can criticize him on the show. We can call him out on the show. We can call him out on our private platforms that always found a way to maintain or keep some kind of relationship with people is Senator Darius Dillon. Let me say it again. Senator Darius Dillon is one of the politicians that you will criticize or whatever it is. He will always try to keep a relationship. He will reach out. That's a good quality about him. I let him keep it 100%. The play you do go out, say you do go. You do bad, say you do bad. I don't care, you can be my friend. I'm not a person worshiper. I'm not a single fan. But at the same time, I will say the good that you do and the bad that you do. So, folks, the reason y'all see Joseph Boaga bouncing around, when you're from Nimakande, when you're I tell me that's the bad. We'll talk about it. Don't man no jokes. We're discussing too. He's not a serious man. I say, don't mind them. Don't mind them. They're hustling. Don't mind them. Folks, yeah, let's share the show.
So, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait now. We're rushing me like that. We're running the show in Zico. The show that we start here.
No, you were saying something about Senator Darius, and I don't want to add too on the maybe with.
Okay, talk about Senator Darius now.
Yeah. So when it comes to actually with the issue of Senator Darius, I don't know, but like you stated, well, maybe that's his end. But for us here, Senator Darius, put a serious media blockade, and in fact, for a matter of fact, he blocked some of us on his page, and some of us we are not even seeing anything. So let me just be frank. But even though When
maybe he told them say for small or make a hint like for you to tell
maybe,
you.
but I don't know. Maybe you were thinking that because from True FM, but I think if that way they're taking on and then that's bad. Yeah, because the station or Mason and the Dallas, even when they issue.
Oh man, you want to be your station, go to your station.
I'm not talking on behalf, but let me turn on chairman.
Okay, I take it back. I know the representative. I take it back.
Cool. Hey man, you got to take it back to do. So I'm just passing through. Also, they say sometimes when opportunity exists, sometimes you got to make good use of the opportunity. So say you pressing and like that.
I'm not pressing. No. You see that the problem I get with you. I'm not pressing Darrell Dillon. I'm speaking facts. I said Senator Darrell Dillon, you can criticize him. Those who he got relationships with out of political arena, he will find a way. Even if you criticize him, he will find a way to maintain a relationship with you out of the political arena. And that's a fact. I'm not praising Senator Darrell Dillon. No. Let me be clear about it. I look like a president. What about?
All right, no problem. I take it back. Just that I'm correct.
No, take it back. Take it back right now. Take it back. Take it back and put it in Joseph Boga pocket.
Take it back. My young man, take it back. I take it back. The whole life now I'm moving forward. I sort of take it back. So I take it back. So actually, let me say yes, indeed. That's the best thing to do. It's good that you always reach out to people no matter the situation, because I think all of us we want better Liberia. So to be cutting our speech, to be looking at certain media institutions and be having issue with them, I think that's bad. But anyway, thank you. So yesterday, the reason why some of us yesterday we were posting back to back the foreign minister yesterday, and you just make some thing, and even though you take it back, because also myself I also included in that statement that in fact there are people who maybe that reach out to the minister, and for me, I don't know her personally. She never even know me.
Well, send a link to mom. What is it? I say there are people who whatever. I said, my young man, slow down. Rest of that the chairman talking to nobody else. That the chairman, after all, I get tattooed. And I'm respected in the nation. Let me say this to you. I said, Sarah Beslow got connection in the studio there with 2FM. And when the time comes, we'll call the names of all those who are connected with her. And I stand by that. Let me tell you something, Melbourne. We don't gossip on the show. Anything we say, we stand by it. We don't gossip on the show. I don't do gossip. I stand by what I say. If it's alleged, I will say alleged. If it's not, when you hear me saying something emphatically, that means I'm clear about it. So I'm clear that Sarah Beslow does have connection in the studio over there. Yes, and I stand by it. Did that story, man? As old day wedding bar. Did that thing? You're not really here. You're not ready. But
thank you, my dear brother. I call Lofa Julius Ali for
so Melbourne. Socially, what didn't catch you before?
Well, socially today, I think I saw someone post from our the most celebrated lawyer of our time, Mariah. I think Mariah, Yakula. I think she posted, she have their family something. Let me see. Let me go that in family law day.
Who Mariah?
The either ANC tough, I don't know, VAR or tough talking.
Oh, Alexander Cummings, chief of staff.
I see. You got to call what I mean.
The tattoo. I'm again. Marvin and Mariah got a good relationship. That's somebody that's cool with. For me, people I get relationship with are cool with them. I say it in public.
No, she good. Let me different. Apart from politics and
why you calling Magani and you calling it different? Talking to you scared to call? Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid.
But not very good. You have to mark the link already there among. So when you see the link, you got to come up. Yeah. So they she have the family law Friday, and let me be frank, and let me give it out to her. Steve, she really been educating a lot of us who don't even understand all the different that we're into to do that we call relationship. That's why when we come here, sometimes when we talk, people think that maybe that we're bashing people, or maybe that we're insulting other people. No. So those of you who haven't yet followed the page, go there and follow the Family Law Friday that says Mariah, Yakula, Kopo. Sorry to cancel. I don't want to be here in contempt, but I think it's thank God that the brother, that the brother is here. Steve.
My man, they won't marry now. No begging. Say, leave that thing. Let's go to the issue. Why you just trying to? Why you pressing?
So today,
problem.
Hey God.
Yeah. Why you just pressing the woman for? I can't show you pressing.
So you make get fan or in the game.
Bring the team, man. Nobody got. Ria was it when
so she had tape. So she had tape 28, and in fact today she was saying that. Did you know that if you are in an abusive marriage or cohabiting, or you have what we can call the kind of funny relationship here and there, you can ask the court for a move out order, and they will make the abusive partner to leave the house, even if that their house. So you see, I don't know whether you get me clear or you want me to read it again for the second time. But she was asking, she said, did you know that if you are in an abusive marriage or relationship, you can ask the court for a move out order, and they will make the abusive partner to leave the house, even if that their house. So it's strange to me when I saw this today. I was like, wow, and so many people was also, but so this is educative, and I think we had to showcase her, or maybe sometime once upon, or maybe one of the days you got to fire to bring her on. But Steve, what say you when it comes to this kind of thing with the abusive relationship and so forth, and even going to the law?
Well, let me have Mr. Dollar first. Yeah, welcome him. Monk also. Mr. Dollar, welcome to the show. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well, my dear brother. I'm glad to be with you guys tonight, to be honest.
Okay.
That topic there, I would like to add on it a bit. Because
yeah, we'll come right to you. Let's get to Monk really quick to welcome him, and we'll come back to you quickly so you can respond on the social issue, because we got to run straight into the politics. Yes, Monk, what's up, my man? What's going on?
Well, nothing much. Just here in McConnell, monitoring situation, keeping track of things happening around the country and around the world. More specifically, I'm following the president's trip in France to see what it's all about. I'm monitoring the situation in Tanzania. I don't know how this spilled into chaos. More than 700 dead from election violence on a female president that's supposed to be showing restraint, but she seems more like a dictator. That they got a new way winning elections now in Africa. They look at the strongest opposition and try to marginalize them so that they cannot participate. That way they are handed a white ballot indirectly. That's why Tanzania, that was being seen as one of the fastest growing economies in Africa, now she's in chaos because of election results. So a lot. But we see what happens next.
Thank you, Monk. We'll get right back to you. Mr. Dollar, quickly. You want to go to that conversation in Liberia? They say the women that you can, if you have here's a condition: if you have a domestic violence partner or domestic partner that beating you or whatever, let's keep it in context. They're not saying you're the woman that might get drama now because you wanted the man play for him, so you go to the court or you go to the law. That's not what they say. Hey, Mr. Dollar, what do you say about that one?
Yeah, it's true. Sometimes it happens, but the court will investigate thoroughly to know, because if both of you are been living in the properties and have some sort of financial access to the property, more especially in a Western world, they will not just invade you from the property like that. They will sometimes introduce some restrictions on the upper hand person, whether that man or woman that got the upper hand. They will give you some restrictions or guideline for you. So if you abuse that restriction guideline, then the government will step in to see into it to protect life. But they can't just remove you from there like that, in that manner. But in all, in a relationship, when there's too much of violence, there's no point for both to remain together, because the security of the people can be very, very fragile, whether you the man or woman. And if you are in commotion at all time, I think it's necessary to separate you, because the securities of any of you is not secure. It's fragile. Anything can happen. so which is very, very dangerous.
Okay.
Do not mind a woman got a weak strength, but they got technique to get rid of men very easy.
Thank you, Mr. Dollar. Mark, let's hear from you really quick. I don't know what your take on this.
Well, for me, I'm not a lawyer. I don't understand most of these marital statutes, but I know one thing: every law around the world, if you look at their laws on marriage, whether it's common law or the traditional kind of a marriage that we term it, the law were written mostly to protect women. No matter how you interpret the law, the women will always have the advantage. The only problem now that I believe is kind of for increasing the divorce rate, because the women now, the new feminist movement telling that they are independent, that they are strong, so they want to compete with men. So I don't know if you have a law on the book that's supposed to protect women because they are weak, and then you got another modern day movement that telling them that they can be strong and independent. And I know in a relationship, it's the opposite I attract. Every man want a feminine wife. I don't want another man in my house claiming to be a woman, because if you tell her that she's independent, she's strong, she can make it her own, then technically you have two men living under the same roof. So I don't like to go into kind of a discussion when it comes to the legal aspect, because you cannot tell a woman to be women and to display their feminine nature at the same time telling them that they are meant to compete against another man. I don't know how that works. So that's a conflict of interest for me right there. I'll stop there.
That's a brilliant point, Mike. I will take it from there. And sometimes we'll say these things, sometimes people get very off. But let me say this to all of our brothers. For me personally, on a personal note, aside from all joke, I'm against domestic violence in any way, shape, or form. Nobody should be hitting anybody. Nobody, I encourage the gentleman, walk away. It doesn't make you a punk. It makes you the bigger person. It makes you the better person in that situation. Both women and men can be violent, in different way, shape, or form. Sometimes it doesn't even have to be physical. Sometimes just the curse words or whatever it is, it's not necessary, especially when children are involved or so forth. Even if children are involved, people should not get down to that point. But let's talk about Liberia. The point that Mariah raised is an important point. But in Liberia, how many women can report domestic violence? In fact, some of them have become addicted to it, to the point that when the men don't beat them, they feel that the person don't love them. So I don't know how this is applicable to our society in Liberia or our culture. Let's be honest. Most of the women are abused in lots of different ways. And going forward now, I'm going to talk about the feminine movement. I think it has changed to some extent. Women have become more abusive in lots of different ways. They abuse men financially. They exploit us emotionally. Imagine you paying all the bill and taking care of the woman. The time you want misbehave or you want to behave with her, you say, "Oh, I want to behave." She said, "No, you can't behave because you're tired." What will you do? You can't do nothing. She's not doing nothing. She's saying on Facebook, "Oh, they're running her mouth, talking things. I don't what they call her or whatever it is, getting all the gossip, melting all people's business or whatever it is, but she can't even perform her duty. But she asking you that she want to do her makeup, she want to do her hair or whatever it is. They made it look like you owe them something. So with all of these different factors, let's be honest. The issue of violence, the only question I would like to ask Mariah, hopefully we'll get her on here soon, is, okay, why if women are exploiting men, what do we do about that? Can the man ask the court for the woman to leave the house, the premises as well? Because this is what the society have turned to Monk's point. Most of our societies now, women feel entitled. They feel like you got to take care of them. Not only that, I've seen some women who claim to be independent. Let me say this. Someone talking about this. Let me say this. To some of you, the women who claim to be independent. Let me tell you something. You cannot be independent. I see some women saying, "Oh, and I become an independent woman, so you can't help me pay my phone bill. You can't help me do the work." My friend, you are independent. It means you're independent. Yeah, leave that story. How you want to be independent and somebody might pay your phone bill? For what? So so why are you independent now? Oh, you want to be treated like a queen. What does treated like a queen means? What does it mean? You watch too much TV. You watch all these stupid Nigerian shows that are not realistic in your head, and you're living in your head. It don't make no sense. What does treating you like a queen mean? What does that supposed to mean? For you to go put false nails, fake hair, fake eyebrow, all that thing. That's what it means to be treated like a queen? That's what it means? Stop wasting the minute time. So we are abused in this time. To be very honest, it is. To be very, very honest, most men are abused in our times. Let's be, especially financially, emotionally, abused. I'm saying it, and let's be clear about it.
But Steve, the whole thing about telling someone that they are queen, like I said, for me, I just look at life in a totality. Like, you got to make your own guidelines and rules, because if you won't go by societal description, then you'll be walking into chaos. Because if you tell a woman that she's a queen, first of all, a queen does not exist without a king. it means there should be a king before a queen can exist. Independently, you cannot be a queen. Then so you're a queen to who? So they are telling you, you can disrespect men, you can challenge men, but you should treat as a queen. Isn't that stupidity? Because if you first respect the king, you can only get a king, a queen from a king. So if a king does not exist, then you can have no queen. So the same people who are telling women to be independent, they are the one putting them out there to look like victims, when in fact the men are the real victim. Either way you look at it, financially, emotionally, in everything, men are the victim. Even when it comes to divorces, who carry the brunt of the burden? All the richest people in the world, all the men. Tell me, of all the richest women, with the exception of Oprah, name me some of the richest women in the world that work to create wealth. No, they all got their money from divorce. They take half the men property and bounce out. All the richest women in the world, 99.9%, got their wealth from divorces, nothing more. Go do your research.
And more to that, let me add up to what Steve was saying. You know, Steve, I just like the way in fact that you put it in the simplest form. Let me be frank to all of us men. You know, we're not saying that maybe you should, but the reason, you know, Mark, I hear you talking about, oh yeah, you know, men are the ones that have been abused mostly, and they are not. Yes, you know, when you want to stand up as men, sometimes they still look funny. People tell you, you know, you men, you know, men, you know, men get who told you, or Mark, do you know how many men that women have abandoned children on, that going, that moving with this kind of stress, with this kind of emotional or stress on them, and they are living with these kind of things, and they are taking care of these children without going to the court or going to the law. But because the society of ours look like, when you want to stand up as men to talk, the society will always bring you down, tell you that no, you know, you men, so you have to be strong. So for me, I think these kind of topics, they are all unnecessary, and they're good, because most of the time women feel that they are the only group of people that have been abused. No. When in this one, for example, I just talked about motorcycling, I think a few days ago. A motorcyclist will give you full money as a woman. Go out there in the street or go and hustle. Come back home and no food. Only for that lady to come and tell the men that they have attire. For what reason, no one knows. But at the end of the day, they see this thing as sports. And nobody talk. This is what they say, like, yes, that is happy. When you talk, you are men, you're going to be strong. So I feel more men are being abused, and that's the fact.
We're about to leave this topic, but let me say this. This is what I've openly recommended. I said it before. Let me say this to all the men. You will be committing no sin. You're not going to hell, especially those of you who are quote-unquote Christians. I'm not talking about other religions, but I say Christians. She misbehaved, leave her. Get different woman. That's why you hear women saying woman medicine and men medicine and men are not true. That's not true. Men medicine are not men. Because you just increasing your number. Guess what? Woman medicine and woman, leave her and get different woman. I say it to you. I'm encouraging you. She misbehaved. She crossed the line. Leave her. Don't put yourself in trouble for her. Don't go to jail. Don't go to prison because of woman. Don't do it. Because as you are going to prison, before you even go to prison, the man who's going to your plate, that man already warming up on the touch. While you are in prison or you are in jail. Nelson Mandela, they were in jail. A lawyer was loving to his wife. That you. Like Nelson Mandela, while you were in jail, somebody was knocking his wife. Why you were in jail? You were in jail, double frustration. He came on with depression. Go read your history. Nelson Mandela, a woman who he married before he went to jail. The lawyer was knocking him and one thinking what doing whatever he and usually will put yourself in trouble for one woman or get depression for one woman are talking to 2-3 different men. My brother, lead them. Don't worry about them. Lead them. They will be frustrated. They will pass around, read all the Facebook posts, and read a bunch of stupid lead them. Let somebody else pick that Kenya up. Let somebody else pick that other trouble up.
Yeah, can I say something?
Yeah, say regular one, but say what didn't go. Say what coming after the show. Leave that thing. We're not saying leave it. I will tell you what happened last night. Go ahead.
People always say that the women always gain the divorce and here and there and rest of it. It's true that the women always gain the divorce, but at times, when the man is you don't have anything and the woman rich, and she being a cost for the divorce, she can compensate the man as well. It happens. So it's a two-way street. So let recognize that the man can also gain a divorce when the divorce is orchestrated by the woman. You need to compensate. Even Islamic law happens as well. So, but what I'm saying here is
they're intimidated.
Somebody got something behind there.
I mean,
no, somebody else.
I don't hear no one with me right now.
No, go ahead, Mr. Dollar, go ahead and your thoughts so we can get to the politics.
Sure. Basically, we're getting to politics. That social system down there in Liberia, many women have been frustrating men in one way or other until he led them to the early death. That Liberia, we saw it in several occasions. We work under many of the leaders of our big brothers and the big man, the way they were frustrated by women until he led them to their early grave. So we have to be very, very careful how we interact with people. When you find out that the woman have no love for you, you better give them distance. That's the best way so far.
Yep. Thank you, Mr. Dog. That's the best way. Get them distance. Get them distance means lead them.
Give them distance completely.
It means lead them. Mr. Dollar, back in the day, they used to say, get the woman distance. In our own time, we say, lead them. When you living there too, you must frustrate them while you living there. Like, wow, I want to eat.
What kind of advice you guys give me? I think you're confusing the audience because, like we said, everything is in favor of the woman, even in divorce. It means everything you work for, if you are married, she's going to walk away with her. So she could literally abuse you, treat you the worst. And even when she's walking away, the law still back her to take off everything of half of everything that you ever earned. So even in the process of divorce, emotional detachment, the men will still pay the price. That's why you see 70% of divorces are filed by women. They can never be a loser. Only the men can be loser.
Yeah, but what we are saying, in essence, is rather you leave with your respect than to waste your time with them.
Okay, yeah, that one makes sense for sure.
Well, anyway, let's get to the part. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah, to that, maybe some of you not get Mr. Dollar clear, but what Mr. Dollar is saying to also this thing happen, for me, I'm saying that maybe a lady who have maybe upper hand, maybe married this man, and she have few property, and she forgot maybe to put her property in some kind of, or maybe in a document that in fact the property be, or maybe if for my one, and not for my husband, myself, maybe one way or the other she forgot, and later on the person getting married. So when she want to divorce the man, I think she got to give him something. For me, I've seen that. So maybe that's what Mr. Dollar is saying. I think
that is definitely happening, and I have witnessed it.
I've seen that to myself
in Liberia as well.
Yeah.
Okay. What quickly what Monk said about the Tanzania situation that's going on. Let me say this. This is a proof too that we've been following. I think the Tanzania president currently, Monk is a woman, right?
Yeah, she is.
I think she was vice president of Magufuli.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, she was the vice president.
In 1961. They've been literally running the affairs of the country.
Again, another woman. It shows that women can be corrupt as well, even corrupt to the core. For the Liberian people, we can relate to it. We have Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, a former president, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, proven to be very corrupt. In fact, she took responsibility of corruption in the country. So that means women can do worse. I know some women say, "Oh, you always talk about women, you always bash women." Who else you talk about? Men, your reality of you. When everything against us, men, is stacked against us. Do you know life itself is stacked against us? The expectation that they have of men is higher than your women. And when you come for you to be support to men, you don't do that. You come to honor my men, and like Mom said earlier, to be somebody who will challenge men. So guess what? When I speak on behalf of men to benefit us. I'm not here to advocate for women. Let me be clear about it. Because most of your women don't advocate for yourself. You who pass me around honor money yourself, that means to advocate for you. You're serious minded people. You're who they can say, "Oh, let me go make a case for you." You can leave us standing there. You're going to make peace with the people who are making the case for against you. They rape your own children. You're taking side on the rape issue. They beat your friend. You're taking side. Instead of saying the person is wrong, you're taking side on it. There are few days, I know Miss Kindness or whatever her name is, went and slapped one girl at the campus, at the university or at the school. Instead of supporting her that they dropped the case against her, So as I will tell you seriously, most of you LeBron women are not serious-minded group of people. That's why George Weah never marry LeBron women. And I stand with President George Weah for getting a Jamaican woman. Me, I support George Weah for that. Yes, I do, 100%. Because when you know are serious, no serious-minded men will end up with you. I'm saying it again. Then you support Miss Kindness. The same thing you did with what the lady in Naomi. When that other girl went almost killed Naomi, I expected women to say what she did was wrong. You're dividing yourself.
They were with the abuser.
Yeah, you're dividing yourselves.
You can't advocate for them because they themselves don't know what they want.
No, you can't advocate for them. They will honor you. So guess what? So another woman in Tanzania, I like what's going on in Tanzania. I like how the citizens are standing up. In LeBron, the day happen, then day I will be with you. But until then, I'm not saying that's going to happen. Because most of you, the citizens, are not even serious. You celebrate giving you visa. You ready? Giving government officials them visa to come and stay here so that they can. Yeah, I ain't ready. And when I get to the other side of politics, let me get to the other side of politics, folks. You all saw Joseph Boakai in France. Well, it is alleged. I will say it is alleged on this one. But we'll also have some credible information regarding this one as well, which I think is very interesting. Y'all remember a few weeks ago, y'all saw Maipia Gono. Maipia Gono is George Weah baby man. The conversation is very important. We got to bring President George Weah in the conversation. Now, hey, George Weah are people. Socially, I work with him there. I'm with George Weah socially. Let me tell you today, I support George Weah socially. George Weah are people. Two are Joseph Boakai senior official at George Weah baby man. Don't get that on the record straight. So George Weah are people. George Weah living in Joseph Boakai government. You want to say that lie? I see no pushing him more. Dig on that too, yeah. Two of George Weah baby man up already in senior leadership position in Joseph Boakai government. Allah, Mandela Cooper at George Weah baby man too. Allah, to tell you the whole government are useless government. But I get to the issue. You get a senior Reverend George Weah who are just praying a few days as an imam in the mosque. He turned around on Sunday and went to church as the Reverend. George Weah no wonder why they continue looking other down like that. But no, also
you're a confused person.
Also serious note, Maipia Gono, you pay attention to this because this is important. A few weeks ago, out of a sudden, she was seen in France. You pay attention because this is interesting. This is important. This pertains to the people of Nima County and Liberia at large. But before she was seen in Nima County, it's important for you to understand also that a few months back, President Joseph Yuma Boakai went to Asila Mita on the grounds in Nima County and pressed Asila Mita that they are doing war for the people of Nima County. We got a video. Maybe if you find that video, we'll play it. If you can find it, we'll play it because it's all saying that too. But let's move on because I want to establish the basis for this conversation today on the Asila Mita and the HPX deal. When President Joseph Yuma Boakai found out that Trump was going to be inviting them, he had 4 other countries to make it 5 because Trump wanted to deport people, especially criminals, not humanitarian people, criminals. Trump said one of the countries that he would pick would be Liberia because Liberia is a junk country based on our history where they can drop free slaves. If you remember the history of Liberia, how we came to being, they carry free slaves on our coast. They met our people who saw our birthrights to the free slaves. But that's aside the point for today. The point I'm trying to make here is Joseph Yuma Boakai comes back. He hears about HPX. Now, this HPX company was the same company that was linked with Josh Weah and Samuel Tweeden. The reason Samuel Tweeden is sanctioned today, it is alleged that they took money from HPX, promising that they were going to give them the deal. But because Samuel Tweeden and Josh Weah are criminally minded, they are a serious bunch of people, they decided that they will play game. Because in Liberia, when you can lie to people, when you can steal from them, when you can crook them, then you smart. Then you wise. That is the mindset in Liberia. Instead of saying, let's do what is right so that we can get people to attract them, no, they don't want to do that. So, allegedly, last minute time, Samuel Tweeden got sanctioned for the Iran-Sin HPX deal. Joseph Boakai comes to power. Joseph Boakai takes on the HPX deal. They got Joseph Boakai, and nobody shouldn't say Joseph Boakai didn't know about it. Joseph Boakai knows about everything that's going on. All the criminal activities, he knows about it. He knows about it. He is aware, he's alert, and he's oriented. Joseph Boakai stand with HPX. Remember y'all passing around your United Party partisans then? Some of you were passing around saying that you're getting 30 million deal and Joseph Boakai going to America to meet Donald Trump and so forth. But let's come to Mike Pierre Gono, because this is where it gets interesting. Mike Pierre Gono goes to France. Now, we started tracking Mike Pierre Gono to France. We'll get to that video. You play that video. We started tracking Mike Pierre Gono to France. Part of the arrangement, because she's the superintendent now in Nima County, part of the arrangement that is allegedly happening was to lay the ground for ArcelorMittal. Don't pay attention to this. That means to say, when you saw Costa coming out a few days, all the things he came to talk about, well, two different things he came to talk about. Number one, his connection with Jeremiah Kuhn. And number two, it was to push ArcelorMittal deal. They want to push ArcelorMittal deal. But Nyatwayen, the senior senator right now in Nima County, because he was elected before Koga, said ArcelorMittal is not doing anything well for his people in Nima County. So how now is Joseph Boakai going to meet with ArcelorMittal? That first thing where you see, it's alleged that ArcelorMittal set up that deal. Let me tell you something. Let me say this to you today. George Weah played in France. The French people know George Weah more than Joseph Boakai. George Weah's son is playing in France today. In fact, it is alleged that George Weah has a French passport. He almost played for the national team of France. But here is the important part. If George Weah could not get anything from France, that Joseph Boakai will get something from France. The whole meeting of Macron, it was a picture, it was a photo up that Joseph, can you imagine the level of uselessness that Joseph Boakai did on? To go take picture with Macron and have dinner with him so it can show to you that they're doing something or they got some kind of international connection. That all. Only for ArcelorMittal to sign a deal to solve for the people in the country. Only picture business. There is nothing signed with Joseph Boakai. If you're thinking allowing Joseph Boakai whole trip to that place, to France, and not to bring anything to you, it's a useless trip. It got nothing to benefit you. It has everything to do with ArcelorMittal. Maybe I'll play the video before the rest of the panelists react. So Joseph Boakai is on uselessness. You're listening. You're listening to the video.
We've been informed that the Liberian leader is expected to hold special or key discussions with a steel giant or mining giant, ArcelorMittal. As you all know, ArcelorMittal has been operating in Liberia for over a decade now. And as we speak, their current mineral development agreement discussions are on the table for renewal of that mineral, agreement. As you all also know, ArcelorMittal Liberia has been making huge investments in Liberia, but also the government of Liberia also do have some concerns that they do intend to put on the table as it relates to the agreements with ArcelorMittal. And so, speaking of that, a crucial meeting is expected to be held here in Paris, France, and President Boakai will be part of that meeting, and he will be looking into some of the agreements between ArcelorMittal and Liberia.
Well, folks, the only reason why Joseph Boakai, and that was the only reason why he met Macron. That was the only reason why he met President Macron. First of all, President Macron got no interest in Liberia or any kind of investment or anything. Macron is focused on French-speaking countries like the Ivory Coast and other people that are destabilized. President George Weah, who had a closer connection to France, if George Weah couldn't really get anything from France to benefit Liberia, that Joseph Boakai, you see where? By the way, Mr. Dollar, let's hear from you. Let's react. So that either Joseph Boakai put on another scam again.
Yeah. let me get something clear here before we go to our president. The the activity that going on in Tanzania under the watch of that lady who is the president of Tanzania. She played African dirty political trick. In that country, they got their constitution say this way. When the election commission announced the result of any election and pronounce the winner, there's no court can revoke that. So because of that, what he did, the popular two political party, one to manipulate and put that one to court. So he would disqualify to participate. The other one, he put them in jail. Then the citizen decided to take the step to fight against her attitude, and that led to the killing today in that country by the police. So I hope this will be the lesson for the other African country who always carry on manipulation. But let's get to our country, Liberia. You know, ArcelorMittal is a ArcelorMittal issue is a death trap for our country. You see, the presidents have gone to work and praise these people. He said they're doing more than well. And since they been in that place there for record ages, no one can realize actually what they did for the Liberian people. But nevertheless, the same people that they keeping there in the container and doing nothing for them, they are the ones that stay you're on the street in the interest of the United Party's administration today. So who will you hold? Steve, that would be realistic. Can you cry before the bereaved? More than the bereaved? It's not possible. If someone need to benefit, Liberian need to benefit, NIMA supposed to be the first to benefit everything before any other person. Because whatever punishment or whatever pollution of the area is happening right in their nose.
Thank you, Mr. Dole.
So I don't think I can say anything so much about that, because they say are not serious minded people. They're supposed to be demonstrating to say that what's happening and we are not seeing any benefit, so we cannot agree for any continuation of this thing here.
Thank
Nobody
you.
say, the motive weapon or whatever, but the stay on the street and demonstrate. That's what we can do.
Thank you. But Mark, what say you? This is another photo op. This is another joke, uselessly spending Liberian money. Joseph Yuma Bouaka and his entourage, they're in France, and he in hotel kissing his what do you call it, Sarah Beslow. This is ridiculous. I don't understand what kind of trick they're playing with photo ops, making it seem like doing any kind of good thing or conversation with Macron or whatever it is, when they know that this is deception. What say you?
Well, like I always say, I say politics, optics, it's all about public perception. They know that nothing going to come from over there. But the average man in Liberia believe that Joseph Bouaka is working hard with the photo ops. The foreign minister is taking photo with Marco Rubio. He's in France. And the funny thing about Liberia is that the country is just a sick place. You cannot make sense of the country. Even the people who are in the position of power, you don't know where they want to take this country. When you read the executive mansion release about the trade, they say Liberia is a trusted destination for trade and investment. But a recent report from the U.S. government concerning the investment climate is one of the worst places to do business. So right. I don't know. That's a big contradiction right there. Second of all, what are you going to get from France? We don't have that much of a deeper ties with France on a diplomatic standpoint. Even countries that have been with France for decades, they are all trying to disengage because they are benefiting nothing. We saw what happened in Mali, in Niger, and Burkina Faso. All the French-speaking countries. Look, France is one of the poor countries in Europe that because of this same globalist mindset that benefited, because 50% of all the Francophone countries Federal Reserve, in terms of that money, are kept in French bank. That's why keeping France afloat. Why do you think the people of Niger got rid of France? Even the uranium that they use in their city for electricity, everything comes from Africa. So if the people that have been in a partnership with France for more than 4 to 5 decades are disengaging from France, talk about a country that have no diplomatic relationship with France. So it's just for the photo ops, it's all about pushing deal. You know, the one thing I know about our presidents in recent time, I would say, none of them have been able to bring new investment to the country in terms of multinational. They always ratifying contract. Everything Madam Sali brought since 2005 is the same old thing. The men who left from there, nothing. Now one company in your whole 6-year in power you brought to Liberia. It's the same thing Joseph Baga is repeating. All day, we're going to renegotiate ArcelorMittal, whether it's Meta C, it's other command. The question is, when will you bring new investment to stem your own imprint for creating jobs in Liberia? When? Yeah. Now, one of y'all can bring one major investment to the country? Are you serious? And you were president for 6 years. The other man now, he will soon be going to a 3 years. So it means in 9 years, on 2 administrations, not a single one of you could bring regular one multinational in Liberia to say, yes, we were able to go and negotiate. But it's the same old thing. When he's out there, he's taking picture. They believe he's working hard. They will tell you things have changed. No, nothing has changed. Everything is nothing but photo ops. And just they're fooling the regular men that they are basic, but you are basic doing nothing. And here is the problem with ArcelorMittal. ArcelorMittal got an aggressive profit maximization strategy, right? They hold mineral development right. They are not even meeting the obligation of what Nanto and other people are going against ArcelorMittal. ArcelorMittal wanted to come out with something they call the supremacy clause, wherein when there is a conflict between the Liberian government, they will take preeminence over the natural and organic laws of Liberia, including the constitution. Because guess what? They got away with it before in 2006. They put in a clause that gave them an unfair advantage over Liberia. So the other lawmakers are saying, if you cannot meet your share of the agreement, why make it we should give you more power? Because what you are saying, when it comes to the multi-user railroad, you want to pick who will use this railroad. And in fact, the infrastructure will be for Liberia, but ArcelorMittal want to override the Liberian ownership of the infrastructure, most especially between Yekepa and the Port of Buchanan. That's where the problem is, and that's why they are pushing. So if the government messed up, trust me, we are cooked on the ArcelorMittal deal. I just hope more lawmakers can snub to the president, even if he's agreed that they can put their authority, because when it comes to ratifying contract, the lawmakers carry more power than even the president. So we'll see what happens.
Thank you so much. Let's welcome Mr. Kana here for him quickly, and then we'll go to Milborn for the news bulletin. Milborn, please, like yesterday, please take over for the news bulletin, please. Mr. Kana, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you guys. I was eating the full hour feast for you to recruit you for the CMC, so I decided to eat everything first.
Wait. Let's not do that. It's turning dead. Don't turn it.
Oh.
Just leave it. We'll face it later.
Oh, Steve.
Yeah.
What are you going to face in court?
No, we got to go in committee room to discuss it. We're not. Nothing has been agreed about. Either we eating something, then we're discussing. We're not.
So I want to say thank you to you guys. I really enjoyed the show. The reason why I came on, I know we were going for the news bulletin, but the reason why I came on is this whole idea of ArcelorMittal deal. I'm from Nimba.
Yeah.
And you know, the last time, a bunch of senators from different counties went to Nimba just to strike a deal with Nimba. Some of them, left there with money. And when they were exposed, Nimba people were furious about it. So now what they are doing, they're trying to strike another deal. Joseph Baga himself be included to go to strike a deal outside of Liberia because they don't want the backlash. But unfortunately for them, people are informed. So we'll get more detail when we come back from the news bulletin. But it's against Liberia, it's against Nimba people. And Liberian people are watching, and they will get to the details of what's going on right now. I know Melbourne can take over the news bulletin, I like it, but that transition that they can have, that need to be taken care of. We can't leave the show and then spending 2-3 minutes, nobody saying anything, Melbourne moving on. So if you guys need to stay on until the news person can come.
Yeah.
But that would be better, but we can't leave that vacuum, that transition time where nobody's saying anything and nothing going on, while we have people here sitting watching. So that's all
Yeah,
I
but
have to.
no, I agree with you, Mr. Cannon. That's truth.
Yeah,
When we
we
get
we
back
do the
to
show until maybe can turn off his camera until they can be ready to start, the news bulletin. But yeah, so what is going on, Steve? Maipa went over there. We know exactly what is going on. We are seeing some things very, 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 very profound when it comes to France, and more also alluded to it. France has nothing to offer. Even countries that were colonized by France, they are not benefiting anything. It is France that is benefiting from them. That's the reason why all the countries there with the CFA, some of them now is trying to, say, no, we don't want you to use your money anymore. Because all their money is in France. Nebo, you got something to say?
Yeah, so quickly, the people are saying the song of Nima is on, in fact, discussing about the Nima issues. So the man will pay the farm to them. I said, okay, no problem. So we'll continue. So let's move. Steve.
so is it a song, Nima?
Of course.
Yeah, at CMC now. What are you talking about? You know what's up when they say son of Nima?
Yeah, but wait, you're waiting. The people who looking for power, the song, Nima.
I mean, no, there are people between the song of Nima and the people. No, you call it chocolate thing.
Okay, I'll do it. Go ahead, son of Nima. Son of Nima, sorry.
Yeah.
Nima is here. Can I ask the son of Nima to, at least, can I ask him one or two questions?
Oh.
But let me respond. Let me respond to the.
Let me make
Mabel, thank you, and thank you to the management for recognizing my presence as a son of Nimba, also belonging to a party that is making Nimba better than every other country. Even the other country want us to extend our, goodwill to them. But yes, right now, district number 7 is even better than Morovia when it comes to internet service, when it comes to electricity, when it comes to school, when it comes to anything, district number 7 is now the model that we're going to take to all, part of Liberia. So for Nimba person to be here, and we are discussing Nimba County because Asometa is the one that been taking all our money. And the contract they signed that they want to renew right now, that contract is exactly with the remaining, thing that we have in Nimba County. So when they're done with Nimba, nothing will be left, and they are not doing anything. They're not leaving anything back for the people. They are not fixing road. They are not investing in education. They are not doing anything for the Nimba people. That's why our Senator Nyatwanye has been very popular nowadays because of his standing up. But can you imagine other senators from different countries went to Nimba all the way to Lanko to have conversation with these people without the consent of Nimba lawmakers? Now, Joseph Nimba Bwaka now taking it to the next level. Why a president can travel all the way to another continent just to strike a deal with Aslamita? Imagine, Steve. These are things that could be handled by the Ministry of Mine and Energy. Foreign Minister is almost like the president representative to the OSA war. But why must Joseph Nima Bwaga take a whole contingent, whole battalion, to lie to the Liberian people to go strike a shitty deed against the Liberian people and against Nima people in particular? It is embarrassing. But There are more to it. There are more to it. Conversation been happening in the back as to what they can do to get this whole idea of Jeremiah Kun off of their back. Steve, after the meeting, we'll come here and tell you more. But conversation be happening on different soil. Because they know anywhere it happen, somebody will be in the know. But people who are involved in this meeting, you remember there were 3 ministers who were on the list to go to France with the president. You know why their names were omitted? Because they paying more loyalty to Jeremiah Kun now than Joseph Boakai. And the conversation that they're going to be having over there, they believe they will have, being the one to leak the information to Jeremiah Kun. Maipe Gono, always pretending to be Jeremiah Kun girl. But in politics, when they have to hit you, they can bring you closer so that they can miss you. So all in all, what is going on in France? Nothing is expected for Liberia. They're not going to get anything, but they lie that Joe Boakai going to France to go strike a $30 million deal for Liberia. But only Joseph Boakai still. My question to you now, must be Joseph Nima Boakai. If this was just some kind of deal going on, why not the foreign minister? Why not the minister of land? Lands, mine, and energy. Why not different? Why not the minister of state for presidential affairs? Why not somebody else? That the president can just send a man who is not even well. Must he travel to cover in all kind of shitty deal in every country around the world? What about the money you're going to spend to transport the people at the expense of the Liberian people? So, long matter short, whatever that's going on, Steve, is against Liberia, is against the people of Nima County, and the Joseph Boakai, they betraying Liberian people. Because why? People are demanding before you can sign new contracts, have any new deal with ArcelorMittal, we demand X, Y, and Z to be done for the people in Nima County and Liberia. But now they're going beyond everybody to go strike those deals on behalf of our country against our people.
But Mr. Khan, let me interrupt you for a second. Let me ask you this question, you and Monk, because I think Mr. Dole asked this question when you were not here. I think it's a pivotal question that he asked. And I think this question needs to be addressed. Mr. Dole made a statement that we can't cry more than a bereaved. You guys from Nima County, Prince Johnson, not there, because I know if Prince Johnson, whether you like him or not, will stay alive, you're going to blow some kind of alarm directly or indirectly to this. You got Maipia Gono, along with what a guy named Jeremiah Kun, along with Nyan Twain, along with Samuel Koga. Don't forget about the rest of the lawmakers and other people. This will directly impact Nima County, like it or not. Joseph Boakai leaves the country to go sign a deal on behalf of the Nima people without their knowledge and their consent. The only person I probably know about this is Maipia Gono, who is playing double game and two-face.
Yeah.
The question now to you and the people of Nima is, what do you guys do next? Because once the deal is consummated, it's a wrap. After that, Mida continues the operation. What do the people of Nima do?
So the problem, the politics has overtaken every rational thinking in Nima County, Liberia, Nima County in particular. You know, Nyan Twain, the senator, he has been in the vanguard of this fight for the Nima people. What have you heard from Nimba Legislative Caucus? Only a few Nimarians that are speaking out. Because those...
But Mr. Kenneth, quickly, let me interject this. The Nimba Legislative Caucus just met with Joseph Boakai before he could travel.
Yeah, now I'm telling you now. So what happened? The Nimba Legislative Caucus, especially those in the House of Representatives, majority of them consider themselves as rescue representatives. They don't care about Nimba. They don't care about their constituencies. They care less about what Nimba will receive. They care less about what Nimba gets in the whole deal. What they care about, to support the rescue team, to put more money in their pockets, and nothing for Nimba County. Everything they do over there, they're representing themselves. But I can guarantee you, Steve, the people of Nimba County, they will not sit down supinely and do nothing. I can guarantee you there will be a lot of noise. Nimba people will talk about it, and Nimba people will take action. If this deal goes through without the acquiescence of the people of Nimba County, believe me, Joseph Boakai and Jeremiah Kun, they will feel it.
Okay. Well, we'll see. Let me ask Monk and Mr. Dollar this question, because you've addressed the Nimba County part of it. My question now to Monk before it comes to Mr. Dollar is this: HPX is in the mix of all of this. We heard rents from Costa and other United Party partisans who are saying the HPX people did not do this, they didn't do that, they didn't do that. But when they were signing the deal, when Joseph Boakai was signing that deal before he could kind of meet Donald Trump, they were all praising that same deal. Mark, here's my question. Is Joseph Boakai double-crossing the Americans for a French company or Chinese company in this whole mining sector, in this whole railroad deal and so forth? And what do you think might be the consequences?
Well, there will be consequences, but I don't think the government, they could care less about the consequences. I just believe that how they operate. But the one leverage they got, they will say, the HPX deal, it gets to use Liberia as transshipment, it gets the route to use the railroad, right? So when you don't have the ArcelorMittal deal in place, you want to focus on the ArcelorMittal deal before the HPX. Because without the ArcelorMittal, you cannot have the HPX, because that's what ArcelorMittal is pushing for. They want the kind of a supremacy clause where they will be able to determine the ability for the government to make improvement to the infrastructure, including the port of Buchanan and the railroad, right? That's what they are pushing for. And when you go back to that deal dating back to 2006 from Madame Salif, when you come from war and you want to attract a multinational corporation, you got to get in a lot of sweetheart deal, a lot of incentive, get in this break, get in that break. And when people get used to something, they don't like losing it, especially for business. You get in all the tax incentive, you can do this, you can do that. So they believe now they want to push the envelope even further. But people like Nantuan and other people saying, no, we gave you this deal because at the time we're just transitioning as a pre-war nation. We're coming from war, we're trying to rebuild. So we gave you all the incentive, but just on your corporate social responsibility, you cannot even meet the bare requirement. How will you be calling for laws and regulations that will oversee our constitution where you cannot even give the people of Nema the bare minimum things that you promised? So my thing is this government try to be deceptive. If you have an internal problem with ArcelorMittal, why would you want to go to France? Why not just call the people from ArcelorMittal, meet in Nimba County and have some kind of discussion to iron up all this deal and all the wrangling? Why would you want? Because they believe when they go to France, it creates an impression that they're going for investment purposes. When in fact, to me, it looked like a bribery. Because if ArcelorMittal cannot meet a social corporate responsibility, if they cannot do what they need to do on ground, why would you want to travel halfway across the world? Because it means you're not going to go and take a bribe. Because they believe when they can bribe in your future, they don't have to pay the people of Nema X amount of money. They won't have to pay the requirement that they are needed to pay. So the president, even though, like I said, but the thing, it comes down to the people in the country. How people are going to translate or how people are going to buy into it. Most people believe that it's about investment. No, it's all about getting bribing few officials so they can get all the breaks and all the extra incentive and get them more power to control the post, to control the railroad, to pick and choose who will be having access to even use the railroad. when the process comes to an end. So I don't know. Everything comes down to the public perception, but I've never seen a level of deception, because if this person were really serious about putting a better deal in place, he would negotiate with ArcelorMittal and put pressure on them for them to do the needful. But why are you traveling to France to prove what? Now they are switching it now to carbon footprint and how they will be selling carbon credit. I'm like, come on, man. I don't know where all the deception coming from. You telling me you're going to France for carbon credit?
Yeah.
All the greenhouse gases that are being emitted, that we talk about the whole thing about climate change and global warming, they are India and China that more pollute the world. You African countries, why do you benefit from anything? We are the one that are being affected by the climate. So you're telling me you left from Labrador to go to France because you want to show us that you went there for greenhouse gas? When you're going to
That's a lie. They went to sign an ArcelorMittal deal. But let's go to Mr. Dollar. Mr. Dollar, really quick. Nyatoya from Nimakante admitted that Joseph Human Boaka lied, as evidenced by Nyatoya saying that the people are not meeting the social corporate responsibility. But Joseph Boaka said the people are doing well for him. Nyatoya is a Unity Party senator. Not only that, he is also on Nimarian. So the question now I want to ask you is, will we see any fight for Nyatoya opposing this deal, or Nyatoya will punk out and take his own bribe, as all of them can take bribe?
He will kill. I can bet you that he will kill. Oh, go ahead, Mr. Dolly. Sorry. Go
ahead. Steve, before Mr. Dolly answer that question, Mr. Dolly, just a second. Steve, do you know Mr. Ability made a statement on that line? He said, Nyatoya, you are putting up a good fight, and I'm with you 100%, but my fear is you will not do what you did the last time. When I join you to fight, they call you, they corner you, and then you cave in and start with the government and say, oh, I forgot about that thing. So to your question, that question is very, very important. Yeah.
Yeah, listen, let me
happy in the past.
Let me based on my intelligence, the president traveling to France based on certain things. You know, the Guineans are now taking a back step to even allow the activities from their countries, the products that are supposed to be transported through Liberia to the Buchanan. And they are putting stop to it because they have completed the railroad to go to the seaport of Conakry. So based on that, they are skeptical to even allow to use the Liberian railroad to be used to transport these hard products. That is one of the things that the Liberian government is also lobbying to make sure that it should go through Liberia. That is one. Number two, the negotiation is going on by the Liberian government because they're doing everything possible to get their benefits. But my concern about this particular situation that taking place in Myanmar, those that will be able to stop whatever rubbish that going on there is the Nimbanian. The other Liberian will follow. But the Nimbanian have to stand friendly to debone the way the activity is going on. A few lawmakers that are loyally for their counties, they don't have the verve, they didn't have the strength. So, but the people that have the strength to make sure that nonsense be stopped is the citizen that say. The citizen movement need to get out and make sure and fight to the best of their ability. That's what I can say. Outside of that, the lawmaker then will get their blank envelope and turn their back. But that's two reasons why the president is in France to talk to the French government to negotiate with the Guineans to change their mind. Because the Guineans have already decided not to allow their product to pass through Guinea. I mean, pass through Liberia anymore. They have already.
Well, at that we'll get to that because we're going to talk about we are going to talk about that conversation that was held, it's not the Guinean, it's not the Liberian government's responsibility to go to any negotiation with the Guinean government. The people who want to run the business, such as HPX or Asalamita, should be the one making that negotiation with Guineans, not the Liberian people, because they have that leverage, they have that connection, they have that. I don't understand why the Guinean. This is all distraction. They went to that place because they want to segment this deal. They don't want to do it in Liberia or whatever it is. But let me get to the other part of the question, because I think this thing is important. I think this thing is critically important because the Asalamita deal, this whole HPX deal, and so forth in America, we don't have no new investment coming to the country. We got to bring that in record. Mr. Kane, do you believe that if HPS feels duped or played in this deal, like Jose Yuma Bwaga then want to do, should we be expecting another set of sanctions or even bigger problem for the Liberian government?
Absolutely. You saw what happened with Jowiya government people, with the Bulgarian company. They were told that they were going to give them the seaport of Grand Bassam. And they went and took the money, $3.5 million. But because certain people within the corridor of the president, they did not receive their share, they destroyed the whole deal. And said American people wanted, the deal to be published where all the investors can have the leverage to bargain for it. And at the end of the day, that did not happen. That Bulgarian company went and hired the former Prime Minister's wife, Tony Blair's wife, as their lawyer to sue the Liberian government. You saw what happened at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
And that led to most of those guys being sanctioned. And other shitty deals happened. In fact, there are other things going on in the country, Steve. Joseph Nima government, they allow, their greed to take anything for money. But those things are coming back to haunt them. All the things they're doing right now, imagine Joe Baka getting to power up to where we are right now. There's no investment in the private sector that will benefit the Liberian people. Up to where we are. There's no investment, there's no investor, no company that they have attracted to come to Liberia to help the Liberian people. But what they are doing, they feel like other government, the last government, Jowiya government, has some deal with Asalamita, with Big Mountain, and other mining company in the country, either renew or revisit the deal, but they are not bringing no new investment opportunity for Liberian people. The one thing they try, look at the fighting they're doing among themselves. The yellow machine deal. Up to now, they're still fighting each other for that. So they have no idea, no ability to bring any new thing to Liberia. But instead, not only stealing from the Liberian people, but leaving the country to go to another country just to strike a shitty deal against the Liberian people.
Yeah, but Seko, before you go further, and how possible for foreign investor to come into a country when the sitting government does not respect the rule of law?
It's tough. It's very tough. You're 100% right. It's tough. So, because of that, some government official called me and said that Sekou, we don't think this government will survive in the next 2 years. Right now, the little student they are doing right now, taking all the money that they are making at the port through FPRC, through Ministry of Finance, the little money they are making right now, they're going to run out. I can guarantee you every year they're going to have budget shortfall. Every year. Because what happened, they will put things in the budget, they will go and take their own money first, and then whatever's going to be directed to other things in the country, that will not be available. Then they will go and redo the budget every year. They're going to be doing that until they move from there. But their objective is not about actually doing anything for the Liberian people. Their objective is to make sure they make money for themselves, for their family, and how they can guarantee their re-election. That's all the struggle. Nothing for Liberia, nothing for the Liberian people. It's all about them enriching themselves and also paving the ground wherein they can get a smooth route and win the next election. That's all they care about.
Let me come in. To Chairman Bility, Nyantwine, and some of the lawmakers from Nima County that want the best for Liberia. God bless your soul. But I know you will cave in the end. When you go to a battlefield with your general that's supposed to be motivating you, trolls in the tower, no matter how strong you will fight, you won't still make it. And that's what the president is doing. Let me tell you something. When you're doing business with multinational corporations, these people, they got expert, they do their background check. They know exactly. Why you think ArcelorMittal is pushing the envelope when they cannot meet up with their own corporate social responsibility? Because they know Liberia is not attracting new investment. There is no competition. So ArcelorMittal believe that if we have a big corporation in this country, we can do anything we want because nobody come here to challenge us. They're not like they're attracting investors into the country. So we got more leverage. Anytime they go to the negotiating table, they will want to push their envelope to get more profit because they say, okay, what happened if we withdraw the deal? Liberia become the loser because nobody coming to take over. It's not like a country that bringing tons of investment. When you are attracting investor, then you make it tougher for people to give you more money. In the case of Liberia, you cannot. For the past 15 years, I would say you cannot bring no new investment. So a big baller, and ArcelorMittal is not a regular corporation. I would call them multinational. They can decide elections in countries around the world. Their market cap is almost like $32 billion. Why you think they can go to France? They got leverage in America. Even in election year, you see places like Ohio and Pennsylvania, ArcelorMittal get their footprint in America. So when they come to a country like Liberia, they be like, man, there's another regular people planting. We can get to anything. We can control their law, their mineral agreement. We can do anything we want because they're not even attracting investment. So when we go to the negotiating table, we can push as much as we can. And now you see the president show you an inclination that he want to cave. So he don't have no chairmanability or Nyantwine. No, they are from Nima County, but Joseph Boga is the commander-in-chief for the entire Liberia. Everything is under his control. So if he throws in the tower, if you're going to take a bribe just to make sure they can maintain the existing deal, then chairmanability and Nyantwine are fighting a losing battle. It's not going anywhere.
Let's pivot a little bit before we go to the line so hear from our people about the new oil deal, because we'll spend more time on it tomorrow. And I think Kofa, the former speaker, has been blowing the alarm on this new oil deal. If and when you follow him, this is what he writes on his page. According to the 2019 Petroleum Law, Section 36A, Liberians are entitled to receive 5% of each block, while NOCAL will receive 10%. The Oriental Agreement says NOCAL will get the 15%, and the Liberian people should leave their own with God. And if in 180 days after they find oil, and NOCAL does not speak for us, Oriental gets the 15% free. Section 17.1A. Well, then he ends up by saying, either this is weakness in negotiations or a form of wickedness, you decide. My question to you guys is, why are they even bringing back this Nigerian guy for the oil black thing? Mr. Dollar, for you.
Because first of all, they're going to get $12 million.
They're reaching a simple and clear. This is the man that sponsored the Unity Party's re-election. So he need to get his kickback. No matter what happened, he will do everything possible to give him a contract. Simple. Because previously, the previous contract you have with the Liberian government, what Liberian government get out of it? If anybody can tell me that, I would like to hear that. Because we didn't get anything out of it, and they still bring the same, and they make left with huge amount of money. So now we give him even bigger than what we gave him before. So obviously the reason is simple and clear that this man is the financial backer for them.
Okay. Well, let's hear from Mr. Kane, and then Monk will be the last.
Go in. I mean,
Monk, you still want to go?
Well, I was just saying, you know, I think I will focus. I like the deal more in Nima County than the whole oil exploration thing, because the whole oil exploration thing is like it almost like hope. You're hoping that you will drill and you will get oil. And the same thing that happened, it was on the reason that local went broke. It was exploration. In Liberia, the moment people hear all the believe Liberia is about to get rich, I'm like, what are you talking about? This company will come in with the hope of drilling to get oil. But if they cannot get oil, most of the contract you will sign, they will be for nothing. That how local went broke because people thought bag of money, I guess, now local. I said, no, the money was just on paper. They had some money in terms of sign up bonuses, but it mean that local was a rich corporation. We were not drilling. That's what they call exploration. The company will hope that if we drill, we can get oil. But in the case, if the oil is not there, what become of the contract? The only one thing I want to ask on Gada Fanatikova, what was his position in 2019 on the same oil exploration? Oh, now you're not the tail or the fourth man in command anymore, so you want to play like you son saving with Labrimpo. No, I don't buy into the deception. Fanatikova, you are there. You are the number one in the house, number 3 in command. Somebody dealing so she have been ratified by you, but no. Now you want to say wickedness. So who is being wicked? The people get coming to explore that exploration. It's not like they are coming with bag of money. So if the deal cannot go through, if they cannot get the typical or quantity that they anticipate, then more than likely the deal that they sign is there on the arrival. So I don't call that wickedness. I just wanted to know your position in 2019 as opposed to today, because now you are a regular lawmaker. You are no longer speaker. You can be for something 5 years ago, then 4 years later down the road, you say you are against it, you want to play savior for Liberian people. No, I don't buy into this kind of a deception. The only reason is saying that because you're not speaker anymore.
So, Monk, I want to build on your point and ask Mr. Kennedy a question in extension. Why don't we hire our own experts, the Liberian government, do the exploration, determine if we have oil, and then we'll be at a negotiation table where we are best suited to make negotiations. Mr. Kennedy, what do you say?
Because we don't want anybody else to eat from the deal. We don't want other Liberians to benefit. They don't want they and they alone and their surrounding to benefit. So any deal that has to do anything that got to do with money in Liberia, the Baga government will not involve anybody else except you are in cahoots with them. So other experts may not allow that to happen. So at the end of the day, they will have to deal with people that they are comfortable with. And if you are not within their range, then you can be part of it. It's all about what goes to their pocket, not what Liberia gets. It has nothing to do with Liberia benefiting.
Yep.
It's all about them.
It's the sign-up bonus that all they care about.
Yeah.
Steve, that's what we say, right? You see, any African country, let's think that oil is a very capital-intensive industry. And oil, one of the bad things about oil exploration is it does not create that much job, especially when it's offshore. The people will just come and build their rig. They hire few engineers. It's not like farming job that will create a lot of jobs for regular people. These are capital-intensive jobs. Maybe the most you will get on the oil rig will be 35 or 40 people control the rig. Most of them will be foreigners because we don't even have trained like Britain to do those jobs. But here's the deal. What a serious country would do, they will go and hire the third-party institution to come and do that exploration.
Right.
Know how much you pay them. Like what Ghana did with Jubilee or Malaysian company. They went and they did the exploration. They did their estimate. Then when you know how much you worth in terms of your oil, when the oil is there, then you go and negotiate a deal. But for our greedy lawmaker, the moment a corporation comes, we get your sign-up bonus. One day, they sign-up bonus, that's all they care about. How can you negotiate a better deal when you don't have any expertise in a particular industry.
Right.
You even go to a oil, but you won't drill oil from under the sea. How that makes sense? How can you sell a better deal?
Yeah, Mon, this my major concern about this Nigerian man, why this contract being given to this Nigerian man? He was given to him before, and the end result, we saw it. Why they give it to him again?
Because they send kickbacks. He will give them more. He's not into oil, he's into flipping. They almost like people who can buy dilapidated property in America, renovate and sell it for big money. That's why this NZ guy is into. He will buy these oil blocks with the hope of exploring, and then he go and sell it to the big corporation and walk away with hundreds of millions of dollars when Liberia benefits nothing. So I can't blame him. He's from a country that's been in the oil business for a very long time. They've been drilling oil in Nigeria, so he understands the industry. His only job here is, I will go to a corrupt country, get a greedy lawmaker, chicken change. I can get them pennies on the dollar, get the oil block, and then flip it and walk away. So that's the reason he's back, because he will offer more this time around, and that they're familiar customers, so they will keep doing business with him.
Yeah, let's quickly let's ask Monk. Let me say Monk Milburn if he has any input before we go to the line. Then we can come back later on to deliberate before we go. So we have ample time. Milburn, anything before we go to the lines, please?
Well, my brother, I follow all of the talking points, and I think they are all good. But the only thing is, we're going to benefit our people. That's what matters. Because for me, I don't care how we put it. I don't care what kind of more language. I don't care what kind of more best way we think that we want to put everything. At the end of the day, it all boils down to we're going to benefit our people, because we're still seeing our children still sitting on the floor to go to school. We're still seeing all of our colleges, all of our university around here, lack of even computer, no better internet, no 24-hour electricity, nothing. Even our people are still struggling to where all of these resources are all situated. So for me, I think our leaders, they are not doing well, and the one more just stated, they are all after their signing fees or their bonuses and so forth that they will get. That what matters to them. And they leave the country, go into the Western world, buy horses, or maybe buy whatever thing they want to do, and live there and forget about the country. So for me, I think we stay into a serious mess. And I can just say this in a very maybe any kind of way that someone would think, but we stay in a serious mess, especially when it comes to leadership. Most of our leaders, they don't care about our country or the society. They only care about what they can get, and they make the money, and mind you, they are gone. So again, my brother, nothing much, but everything people say, that's just the fact. I hope and pray that all goes well from the leadership of our country, so that, because my resources are not resources like if you take today, more will come. The more you take, another will come. No, these resources, if care is not taken, at the end of the day, everything will go away, and the country will remain poor. You have nothing else to even hope on anymore. So yeah, so we got to be careful. But another thing, then we can go to the line, maybe from you people end. But for me, I think I'm just sitting back and enjoying all of you.
Yeah, let's take some call, please, Milburn. Please.
Wonderful. So let's go to the line to interact with our people. 22 more minutes to go right here on the Sktv show, the Friday edition. To the first caller, David King. David King, good evening. Welcome, please. 1 minute. Let's go straight to the point.
Good evening, my brother. Yeah, Milburn, you just said it right. I think these are spiritual resources that we have. As you are taking them away, they won't be coming back. Okay, so you didn't see our lawmakers doing business with the Nigerians who are paid $200 million a year before and walked away with giving nothing back to the country except for the chicken change in case of lawmaker at the time. So, but you know, my question is, why always it is only the United Party that will come to power and start to talk about oil, all of this stuff? Why the CDC were in power, we did not hear anything about oil. All we were hearing about data, you were looking for the data, and that was it. They were not talking about oil exploration. But for every time anybody comes, they want a quick dollar, and they will need a country empty, and we like will remain poor. And what really hurt some of us is that these guys who are backing people, they will do nothing. Yesterday, local was being invaded. But under the CDC administration, they were able to build a complex, for local. But the guy will tell oil, and like bro, with me empty, Joseph Bonner will get rich, the children will be on the yard with his young girls. Different people put on little Tata will be in the Bahamas, enjoying himself again, for the oil money and like bro will be struggling to build life. And they will, mess there. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much to this caller. Good evening.
Good evening, neighbor, and good evening, fellow panelists.
Yes, go ahead.
This is the voice of the Colorado chairman, and I'm Chairman Peter Star. I join you from Sokoto to Shofo. Before I go ahead to learn quickly, let's be clear here. You see the master of contract with the country. After the country for a contract, and get when the people are never spoke alone, the existing contract you got, you are not satisfied with the terms and conditions of this contract. So how then will we extend with the first agreement we have? You will not live upon the agreement. If the second for legislature about them, the hypocritical part of it is this vice president, who the vice president today, was not a second for legislature. He even took the place. He took the cream that I think generous from Moroni and he carried it, and then they exposed the kind of bad living position out for living. But now he becomes vice president and he says nothing about whatever is going on, and they do are going against the sign another bad people. And this time around, the Baba boy is when they are finished now, that's what we level on our ground. This is a kind of big trap should stand up to this kind of fast our governance. Joseph Boga is probably going to bring investors. These are not the kind of investors who are in our country. It ain't probably going to you bring or criminal next. Now, see how they will come in our country and we don't have security. It ain't probably going to start bad deals with that deal. It ain't probably going to go to some bad oil deal or kind of criminal money Nigerian guy. That was not what you probably will say you're going to rescue us. Please, Papa, try to live and find a rescue message and let a rescue be successful for Liberia. Not to bring pain to us here.
All right, thank you so much to this caller. Good evening. Hello.
Hello, neighbor.
Yes, my brother, go ahead. Your name and from where you join us.
Thank you very much for your show, neighbor. What the key is around the time here. I joined a discussion for Omega Market and let us say of former president here. Neighbor, while listening to your show, I heard people talking about since the government gets the power, they don't want to invest in a private sector. People, how do you expect people to invest in a private sector? People, they put our investment in private tech. You see, they see private tech and have no positive impact on the Nigerian economy. They put our investment in putting money in the traveling of people from place to place that's not bringing anything good back to us in the street. You see the kind of thing we're going through? Yeah, it's very bad, neighbor. When you carry the public fee, this money I will instantly get neighbor. I heard the scholarship news that this government is paying 127 million for the use of private sector. When they will pay that money before investing in the private sector of people? What if they got today? So God was talking it. It's very bad. Every morning we wake up discouraging news. So the issue of vulnerability you are talking about second pay. Vulnerability, there's a man who made second pay to be referred to as second pay city. That man, because of the road on the penalty in second pay in our country, we are very proud of that man. That man has made second pay is referred to as second pay city in the world republic of Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much to this caller. Good evening.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, this is Solomon Carl calling from Jersey Road to Baton Way.
Thank you, Solomon, for joining us.
Yeah, you see, I've told you, I always calling and telling you that I'm a unit partisan. Since 1985, I started voting up to now. But I will tell you.
And you remain consistent. That's good.
Yeah. Hello?
Yes, I said that's good. Go ahead.
Yeah, but I don't like something that Unity Party is doing for this reason. I can't pledge support for any presidency of Unity Party. Unity Party does not have any economic strategy or policy at all. At this time, in the hands of Maria Salim, who are put in the past, even down to the other mayor. Understand?
The President Joseph Yemabuaka.
So there's two parties like the CDC and the government. from this section now. The two parties can always carry on. You know, there's and then the President Party to justify all.
All right.
This is that. Yeah, that's the Unity Party here, and the Unity Party, this here, and the Unity Party, and the government. So there is a new party that can produce system, the chief system, so that we can go to drop out.
All right. Thank you. To this caller, good evening.
Good evening, Mebo. Lorenzo Baba, you might my name.
Thank you, my brother, for joining us. Go ahead.
Thank you. Mebo, I'll say this always. The way I can think is that every LeBron thinking right now, what our leaders doing to us, they can do it. You know why I'm saying it? Because we are entertaining too much. Let me not use the kind of word. We are entertaining for them too much. We are too leaders. We are the leaders. Mebo.
And we are the one encouraging most of these things because we press to them.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta rise against these people. The people push you to the wall too much to no. You can't allow your friend that keep pushing you, you can't throw your hand, man. You know? And for them, when your friend to stop you, but when we stop your friend, but with other people, I find out the other man too, he can hear the truth. Why are we sitting? Why are we suffering ourselves like this? Why should we continue to make these people to continue to play phone out of us all the time in this country? We went through war. I think by this time our leaders will have some fear for the mass anymore. The leaders will have some fear for us. But there is no fear. No fear. What we treat ourselves like this? They will say that we'll be talking everything, the people doing it, what people doing it. They will us. We can change these people. If we think that the people will think about us, we will be like this or the class can come. Trust me.
Thank you, my dear brother. Yes, thank you. To this caller, good evening. Hello, my dear. How you doing? Go ahead. Your name and from where you join us. You say what's the name again? You say what's the name like? Deep in time. So that's called a good evening.
Good evening, boy. Good evening to Mom and Steve.
Yes, good evening, my dear. Thank you for joining us.
This evening for the education, especially when it comes to that visa. After the thing, the way of jubilation on that moment you get to the embassy, you get it. But at least thank God, Mom and Steve, the way they explain the thing, actually get it on us. Because when I first saw the thing, I thought when you get to the embassy, you get it. But see the process that we explained. So yeah, thank you, yeah.
Thank you, my dear. Deepening it and straightening relationship. Yeah, because I can't make people laugh. Deepening what it? Deepening it. That's what we eat. 07702031253 more course. Now we'll cross over to our team of analysts. We have 12 more minutes to go right here. Those of you also on the WhatsApp, you can call in. Yes, again, and I have to say on the edition, the Friday edition of the SKTV show here, have your own contribution on what we've been discussing and what we are still discussing here this evening. Yeah, so I think Mr. Karen will maybe answer the question, deepening ties. Yes, Liberia, we've got to deepen all the ties and straighten all the relationship.
Bilateral, the other person in a bilateral agreements, bilateral discussion.
I don't know where all these will carry us. Sometimes what?
Maybe before you take the next call, let me make the announcement quickly because I don't want to forget. Let me make the announcement. So my Oma and my papa there, that whole visa thing was Unity Party government dancing about. Please don't leave from all the way Logatuo. Don't leave from Kolahu to cancel you come and get visa. Don't do it. Please don't do it. If you want to, first of all, before you apply for the visa fee, almost $500 US. Second of all, you will not get a visa because nobody know you. The visa for Joseph Boagade so that they can stay long here. So that the government official for them, why you see all of them just celebrating like that. Enough for you. You not get business, you not get bank account, you don't get nobody here. Where you going? What's going on with you? So I'm begging you, my papa, then you raise your body, you don't put yourself in a visa business.
Wonderful. Let me take the WhatsApp call quickly. Good evening, my dear. And what's your name and from where you join us?
Hey, Mavon, this is Gabriel calling from Ohio.
Thank you, Brother Gabriel, for joining us. Go ahead.
You see, Liberians will learn. Next time when you see people coming with that kind of sympathetic behavior, we will learn our lesson. Waka, we just getting to know Waka, but Waka being known as an old criminal long time ago. Waka is proving himself right now. Waka is behaving now like Idi Amin Dada that nobody's saying his way. If we give Waka a chance, he's going to involve himself with a lot of money. If the election are coming, I can tell you, Waka will put military on the front, and the election will go in his way. This old man, he been planning a long time to be president. He will steal the Labrador for money, and Labrador will not benefit from Waka. Waka will use all the strategies. He's a sophisticated criminal. Everything that happens in the country was lawmaker. But the president take majority of everything. Everything. As long as you in the way of Waka, he's going to cross you. I can tell you, Liberia have to be strong, like Tanzania, like other countries in Africa that are working for the right. Otherwise, Waka going to be on our side. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for being part of the SKTV show. Yeah, so I think, Steve, we got to go because in many cases, most of our panelists, before they finish any, then we're already out of time. So we don't want to at least leave our panelists hanging while we maybe struggle with time. Yes, indeed.
Yes, I agree with you, Mabel. Let's go to Mr. Dollar. Mr. Dollar, how do you react to the callers in the next meeting here?
Yeah, I always say this here. Our brothers and sisters in Liberia need more education. We can get tired to talk to people, to educate them, because at the end of the day, if the team does not go well in Liberia, it will not go well with other people outside of the country. So we all need to do everything we can to make sure that the bird and bees fully educated about the day-to-day activities of the world today. China waiting for no one. You see, what happened at this year is, before Mr. Barker's 6 years finished, those that were in India 40, they will be India 45 or 46. So obviously, we need to be talking to people. But what I'm trying to say here is, I will say this, and I will always say this again. You cannot cry more than a bereaved. So the people on the ground, they got a gavel in their hand. They need to use the gavel wisely, but sometimes they need to be educated as well. We can imagine, for example, look at Mellach, Kosa, who came up quite recently and just rubbish. This is the guy, there's no single record to show that what he has done with his own life. He ran to even be a representative in an election, he could not go nowhere. That man there denigrating people, responsible people, that making progress with their life, that making impact to the life of the other people. And people there listening to such a human being. So this is the country you and I are coming from. We all need to strengthen it to at least to educate our brothers and sisters. For the visa issue, this is so many criteria for somebody to travel to abroad. Let me tell the Liberian people this. Number one, country like Liberia.
Yeah, Mr. Dollar, can you please summarize this so the other people can come because we're time?
Yeah, I just want to say this and I will be done.
Okay.
Yeah. Country like Liberia, if you don't want to go for a visa, the easier way to get a visa, sometimes you must be above 60 years old. The American people will know that you're not coming to stay in America. You're too old to come and do a lawsuit. That is number one. Number two, you must have a collateral property value over 50,000 or 100,000 US. Then you know that this man will not come and stay in our country. So you don't have this thing there, what's the point? So this particular visa issue is for the the criminal that in the House of Representatives and Senate before then. So let people know, let people be aware of that. That's what I can say in this matter.
Thank you, Mr. Dole. Let's go to Monk quickly. Monk, what's your parting comment?
Well, I don't have parting comment with just from a society that is very hard to advocate for because the vast majority of people, they don't even understand the implications that these things carry, no matter how we talk about them on the show, and when it comes to the future generation and the prosperity of the country moving forward. Today, one thing that caught my attention, hopefully we'll discuss tomorrow, is the suspension Executive Order 154 passed by the president to suspend the contract between the Liberian Telecommunication Authority and I think some international agency that can monitor traffic for telecommunication in Liberia, that they were found guilty after an audit by the GSC and the LACC were conducted, that they faked the company name, they got licenses in Delaware within the space of 4 days. They increased and alter the contract agreement by taking their portion of the profit from 39 to 30 to 45%. So, and Joseph Baga said he forwarded it to the Justice Minister to pursue with the penal code and the rule of law. I mean, I couldn't stop laughing because it sounds so funny when you cannot establish a criminal code and you want to claim that it's all about, at the end of the day, Steve, it's all about politics. When you make a move to help a nation to make progress, you will make good decisions. When your decisions are only about politics and how you can maintain power and to create an impression and a public perception, then you cannot make better decisions. Because when people hear that other folks came to Liberia and violated the law in a criminal act, you want to see people being reprimanded and paying the price. But in the case of Liberia, you cannot even prosecute anyone because you don't even have the code to do that. But he's telling you that he's referring this case to the Justice Minister to use the penal code and the rule of law. I mean, come on, man. Don't fool us, Papi. You cannot be peeing on our shoulders and telling, oh, it's raining. That's the one I don't like. If you want to let it in to go, let it go. Don't pretend like you are doing something, because when the average person, they kind of say, yeah, Papi doing something. But when you look deep down, he's not doing anything. He's not even attempting to do something. But at the end of the day, he just want to create an impression that he's working. And that's just what they tell him to do, because I know he got handlers around that would tell him to operate in such a manner. But I think that's my parting comment for today. We ain't ready yet.
Let me say this quickly. Go do your research well. The visa fees increased. It used to be $185. It is up to $450 now, almost $500. Go do your research well. That's the side point. So our people can afford that. Tomorrow, by the grace of God, I want to encourage you to please join us. We'll continue the conversation from where we start. Thanks to the leadership of True FM today for allowing us to go through without the news bulletin break. We appreciate that. To our supporters, well-wishers, those of you watching from far off, scared to click on it, that's fine. Keep doing what you do. Just continue to follow. As long as you're going to follow or watch, that's the most important thing. We'll continue to stick with that and the reality. And it's just what it is. It's up to you.
I mean, we don't have any more time. I want to say thank you to all of you for the show. It was great. Melbourne, thank you. And a big thank you to the platform, the leadership of Truth FM for doing all you do for Liberia and for Sktv. We want to appreciate you, and we'll be here tomorrow for the show. Melbourne, thank you so much.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Mr. Connor. And let me say thanks to our callers, those of you who always follow this show, especially from Monday straight to Saturday. I want to say many thanks to all of you, our supporters. Thanks to the management headed by Honorable Ike Bedete, and not only head of radio and programs, Oluyo Sumba Roberts. And thanks to each and every one of you, our viewers, for always being with us. That's the best thing to do. Liberia is all we have. We can have majority of our people struggling, where we have few of people enjoying the country resources. So that's why when we come here, we talk the way we always talk. Good night, and we wish you all of the best. Happy weekend to those of you. Tomorrow, hopefully, will be the 1st of November. Good night from our end here on SKTV. I'm John C. Mabon Kula, wishing you all of the
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Monitor people who willing to sell. Blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The brothers giving us care, the parents of them. The welcome and life without care.
I live
Master.
Clear bodies who make on you, I can't Sktv menyo. Sema cheni tina ke asema jamu. Engi sano muni emu aye yo. Engi lova mui emu aye yo.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Muscle rider, lofa, and grandmaster.
Ena Guinea ya tumale, ena Sadia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Cote d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Guinea ya tumale, ena Sadia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Cote d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Nakagiyarina ya tumale, Sktv, ena Nakagiyarina, Tosi Wakoma ya tumale.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Muscle rider, lopa, and grandmaster.
There are things we can do. We bringing good news and we give it to you. We talking for podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and out part of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to sell. The flesh, the time, and the efforts are red. The broadcast we giving are real and the promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside to Raji to Chide, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, San to Bakwalu, from Maryland, Bonkan to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.